Good afternoon everyone. This video is about the work done by the teacher to increase enrollment and reduce dropouts. The school in which I have been working, that is Sainik School Rewa, doesn't have the problem of increasing of enrollment as it has a fixed number of enrollments every year. We cannot enroll more than 542 cadets every year. The number of enrollments is also based on the merit prepared according to the marks secured in the competitive examination conducted by National Testing Agency in the month of January every year. Only 542 cadets are enrolled and the students who apply for the admission in classes 6th and 9th are manifolds. So, there is no issue of increasing enrollment in our system. So far as the reducing of dropouts is concerned, that can be possible if the cadets do not promote in the next class. To reduce the dropouts rate in the school, I have been taking the following steps. Students drop out from their schools because they do not believe they are learning anything useful. They do not plan to make their careers after receiving education and they feel that the subject matter being taught is inappropriate for their future as it does not fulfill their needs. I always try to identify such students and encourage them to get transferred to an alternative program such as a vocational school like ITIs, polytechnics and so on. Such programs award high school diplomas and allow the students to learn skills for certain careers they plan to purpose in their lives such as mechanical skills, electrical skills and so on. I myself counsel these students as and when I identify them. There is another stage when the students struggle a lot but fall behind their peers. They get demotivated as they cannot face this peer pressure and in this situation they may drop out of the school. They feel hopeless and unprotected in this situation. Here comes the role of the teacher. As and when I identify them, I counsel them by saying that the marks are not so important for them. It is the education that plays very important role. I always try to make them understand that if one has education with whatever marks one secures, he or she may progress in different walks of life. In order to improve their marks, I take many weak boys classes in which I try to create a healthy and comfortable environment so that the weak students get open up about their difficulties. If I do not have time to work with the students myself, I can refer these students to another tutor or mentor. It is the opinion of some of the teachers that they only need to worry about high school dropouts. Unfortunately, there are many students who start dropping out much earlier. To prevent future failures, I try to look for the students who seem to be struggling with the subject matter as well as those who are uninterested in school. After identifying them, I try to improve their educational experience, which may prevent them from dropping out at any stage of their lives. Those students who drop out at any stage generally suffer from low self-esteem. Here comes the responsibility of the teachers. In order to lift their moods up and at the same time educating them about the culture and history of country, educational tours are organized. I have been in charge of educational tours multiple times and have visited many places of historical importance. This boosts the morale of the students With a little encouragement from a caring teacher, some students find the strength and determine themselves to continue their education further. Due to poverty or some other family problems, a few students realize that education is not important for them. They must help their family to come out of the poverty. As and when I learn that a student is struggling or planning to drop out after any stage, I help them from leaving the school by counseling him or her about the importance of education in one's life. Some effective strategies which I follow in these situations include showing the student jobs that require particular degrees and diplomas. I encourage these students to continue their studies and advise them not to drop out. Students who drop out at earlier stage in their lives often struggle to find jobs. I try to identify such students and support them. By taking an interest in these situations, I try to prevent many of these students from ever leaving the school in the first place. Thus, at every stage, the teacher's role is very crucial in increasing the rate of enrollment and reducing the rate of dropouts. Whatever the solutions of the problem discussed here are mentioned above, as a teacher, I try to follow them and solve the problem. In many situations, I have got success also when I have either convinced the students or parents and the student agreed to continue his or her education further. Thus, the efforts which I take while trying to reduce the rate of dropouts in my school, I am 100% sure these efforts which I am making will go a long way and they will help us out to reduce the rate of dropouts in future. Thank you very much.